Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Got another video for y'all today. We'll be talking about CD Projekt Red's new Witcher 3 Next Gen update. And kind of sucks. It's a little bit riddled with controversy, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, yeah. So this article is brought to you by IGN. Shout out to them. And it looks like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. That's actually, you know what? Let's isolate this. Okay. Alright guys, this article is brought to you by IGN, of course. And the title reads, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt's next-gen update causing major performance issues for some PC players. Which is really interesting because CD Projekt Red just had their issue with Cyberpunk and they spent over a year, or actually, I'm sorry, a year to 2 years fixing the issues that came with that. So it's a little depressing that they're having issues again with the Witcher 3 next-gen update. But if any of you guys played Witcher 3 on release, it was actually muddled with issues when it came out. Fun fact, they actually included a quest that had a book that acknowledged it, which is really funny. But, so let's get into this article. So the article reads that developer CD Projekt Red just pushed its next-gen update live for The Witcher 3. The upgrade seems to be doing a bit more harm than good for some PC players. And after today's free next-gen update, PC players are reporting significant frame drops and bizarre texture and modeling, rendering throughout The Witcher 3, which is very interesting because Cyberpunk experienced that where there was a little bit of texturing and even a little bit of screen tearing that people would notice while playing the game. And that would be fixed later in the year after the whole fiasco with the source code getting leaked, which is if you're interested in that, there's plenty of videos on it. So yeah, back to the article. Posts over on the Witcher subreddit, oh Reddit, commonly reference hardware chugging along, but it doesn't seem like Geralt's adventure is simply fixed by expensive upgrades. Plenty of users with high-end graphics cards report the same issue. And yeah, I've been seeing all around that 4090s they're chugging along on the ultra setting that includes the ray tracing. And it's very curious to note that it would just seem like CD Projekt Red's engine that they had used for The Witcher, which they would use for Cyberpunk, was just very buggy and damaged, it seems like. Dude, and it shows that these limitations are an issue with just even adding ray tracing. You can see how that has such chugging issues, especially with a game like Witcher 3 that is reveled for its RPG and open world mechanics and its story building, but yet it has technological issues that hold people back. And the article continues, some frame rates include drops below 60 frames on the NVIDIA 30 series, noting performance pre-update outpaced The Witcher 3's latest version, which really sucks. If you love The Witcher and you're wanting to replay with this update, it really sucks because you can't even play it as well as you did in the original update, which I love CD Projekt Red, but you gotta dish out when something's wrong. I mean, it's insane that you can't even play the original, like your original settings without having worse frames, which, I mean, makes it unplayable for a lot of people. I mean, frames are a big deal in this market now. People can't play. You know, we've seen with Gotham Knights that was a 30 frames release. That game bombed because people didn't want to play 30 frame games. Evil West is another one that has that issue. Granted, it's a AA studio, and I've heard great things about that game, but 30 frames will turn people off. You're juggling in a Starfield. There have been rumors about it being 30 frames due to its showcases that they've shown of the game, and Todd Howard going on a recent podcast and speaking about that. And it's like, if you're going to include 30 frames into a game, you might as well not release it including myself, I can't play that, dude. I mean, I'm too used to 60 and even 120. I mean, it's great, but it's not going to affect me if it's a 60 frame game. But if you're talking 30 frames, this ain't 2010 anymore. Like, we want to play games that run well, fluid, that are 60 FPS, because that's what the new technology standard is. You can't expect people to play games that drop 30 or even 20 frames and expect them to go all hunky-dory and be okay with it and love your game. You can't expect that, especially with The Witcher 3, how before this update, you could play it at 60 frames even on consoles, and it's just like, what do you want to, like, they've got to be better about this. They've made this mistake once, and now they're making it again. It may be a minor update to a game, but I mean, you're hurting your audience here, especially with all that they've got coming out in the next couple years. They've got a Cyberpunk sequel coming out. This will make me a little worried, because if you can't do it for an old game that is great and legendary, what's this to say about your new games? Granted, this game is pre-Unreal Engine 5, so we hope to see Unreal Engine 5 bring that stabilization and bring their creativity, their art, and make this next Cyberpunk sequel their magnum opus. But going back into the article, the subreddit even has a Witcher 3 troubleshooting mega thread going for the update, trying to crowdsource answers for those facing everything from frequent crashes to memory leaks. Some of the game's regular PC obstacles include reports that save files won't even load, and other players who managed to boot the game up call it unplayable even on lower settings. While some users adjust their settings and try again, the usual turn it on, turn it off again approach to PC gaming troubleshooting seems to only work for a few. For those looking to fix what they can until a patch from CD Projekt Red, common suggestions for performance hiccups include removing mods, disabling ray tracing, launching in DirectX 11, and double-checking for GPU driver updates. So, again, gotta give a shout out to Reddit, for taking the gold medal of helping players try to enjoy the game, because they've been doing that for decades at this point, especially with Cyberpunk. When I have issues with Cyberpunk, I go to Reddit first. So, but to finish on the article, CD Projekt Red has no hotfix for the PC performance available yet, but the developer is aware of the reports. On Twitter, the Witcher series official account noted the team is actively investigating all the reports and will be providing an update on particular issues as soon as possible. And then they have this tweet that says, "We are aware of the PC issues players have been reporting since last night's release of the update. We are actively investigating all the reports and will be providing an update on particular issues as soon as possible. Thank you for the patience." So again, it brings the question, should we allow in 2022 going into 2023 for developers to kind of whiff updates that are supposed to be kind of minor if we want to expect great games from them in the future? I mean, that's a question I would like to discuss in the comments. Tell me what you think about that, about developers releasing crappy updates or even crappy games that are below the standard we should expect in AAA gaming or even AA gaming. So again, in my opinion, CD Projekt Red, they've had a rough 2 years, and this doesn't help their case. You're making an update to a beloved game that destroys the frame rate and even the graphical fidelity of the game. Like, you need to do better, CD Projekt Red, because I am rooting for you. I need you to do better, because I want Cyberpunk 2 to be better than Witcher 3, your magnum opus. I want Cyberpunk 2 to be the magnum opus. I want it to be the golden goose. But with updates like this, it's hard to hope and believe that might be possible. But, this could honestly be the engine limitations. The company is shifting to Unreal Engine 5, like I said previously. So we could see that these games get better and better due to being on a better engine that isn't as dated. And I mean, hopefully we can see Bethesda get that too. But a Bethesda rant will come one day, I'm sure. But CD Projekt Red, I believe, can do better. We just have to hope that after, of course, they're sending hot fixes, hopefully, in the next couple days, and we'll get a better product out of it. But right now, it's like, this is a simple update. Do better, CD Projekt. But with that, guys and gals, this is going to be the end of the video. If you really like this video, why don't you consider liking it? It helps bring me around the YouTube algorithm. It helps bring more viewers to then discuss with you guys, build our community, and have a great little community that we can discuss and talk games with each other. And if you've watched my other content, you enjoy this video, why don't you consider subscribing? It really helps me out, helps grow the channel. And if you really want to go further and above and beyond, hit that notification bell to get future updates on the videos I make. So, again, thank you all for watching. You guys have a great day. See you on the next one.